Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another NFL Game Picks video. As today it is already week 5. Kinda wild. Yeah. Before we get this video started, we're gonna talk about my week 4 game picks. This week was a much better week. We went on my YT, we went 13-3, which is a very good record weekly. And then my pick and picks, I did the opposite. I went 9-7. The only games I really missed was the Seattle one. Detroit just flat out destroyed them in a shootout game. The other one that I missed was the Cardinals. They lost badly by Washington. Looks like they're a really good team. And then the other one was the Jets. Out of all games, it was the Broncos upsetting the Jets. Yikes, man. But yeah, I have my week 5 game picks out. But we're gonna start off with my pickems for the week. For my pickems, I'm going with the Falcons, Vikings, Bears, Bengals, Patriots, Redskins, Commanders, and then Jacksonville over Indy, Buffalo, Las Vegas, San Fran, Green Bay, Seattle, Dallas, and New Orleans. So those are my pick'ems for the week. And now we're going to start off with the Thursday night football game between the Bucs and the Falcons. In this one, it's going to be a good game. It's a toss-up game. I am very unsure who's going to win. Atlanta's favored at home by 2.5 currently as I'm recording this today. Everyone's probably playing for the most part from what I've based off the injured list. I think Atlanta, basically everyone's healthy currently except for some guys are on the IR. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they have they're missing Kalijah Cansey. He will not play against the Falcons, and they're missing Anton Winfield. He's going to be inactive. Trey Palmer's not playing. Jalen McMillan not playing. But yeah, so the Bucs are missing some pieces. But honestly, low-key, this game can go either way. But I have the Bucs actually upsetting Tampa Bay here on the road. It's going to be a really close game. I think the Bucs pulled through by the final score of 24 to 20 in a close game between these two teams. I think Tampa's barely going to pull through and get a road win to go to 4-1 on the season. And I think the Bucs both teams are going to score points. I think the defense is going to make some great plays. I think it's just going to be a back and forth game between these two teams, but Tampa's just going to pull through the fourth quarter. And the next game we have is the Jets and the Vikings. And yeah, Jets, you needed to win that game, and now you're in a tight spot. You guys are 2-2. I mean, you guys currently, if the season ended today, you guys would have the wild card spot. But yeah, not a good sign right now. Jets are struggling on offense. I think Garrett Wilson has been really starting off rough. Apparently, the Jets' leading receiver is currently Allen Lazard. And yeah, it's not a good start for the Jets. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is doing solid. He's doing decent. But the Jets are not working together, really. The defense is phenomenal for the Jets. It's really, really good. But, the offense was, yikes, it was not good last week. I mean, it was sloppy. It was raining. It's just the defense that's carrying them right now. But they'll be tested against Minnesota, and I don't think they're ready for them. Low-key, the Vikings are, the hottest team in football right now, starting 4-0, and I think they're just going to get destroyed again. I think this is going to be a blowout win for the Vikings. The Jets are just not ready right now. I got the Vikings winning 27-10. Brian Flores locks down Aaron Rodgers again, and the defense does a phenomenal job limiting Aaron Rodgers to only 10 points, and the Jets are going to lose a bad game, and the Vikings get another big win to go to 5-0 to start the season. The next game we have is the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. I want my team to win here. I think we can, but I don't see us winning this game for a couple of reasons. One, the Bears offense has finally got it together right now. Caleb Williams is doing his job. He did his part against the Colts. I mean, he had some rookie moments, but 2 interceptions. But today, against that game against the Rams, he did his part. But they gotta do better play calling. I heard that their calling's not been great. Shane Waldron's gotta do a better job, and he did in the second half. And if they can go in there, just do good calls, I think the Bears are gonna win this game, and I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a close game again. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see us winning this game here. I think the Panthers are gonna. My team's gonna fall to 1-4. We are gonna lose 24-19 in a thrilling, close game. Bears get another win, and we are gonna fall short. And the next game we have is the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think this is gonna be a really close game. It's gonna be an offensive juggernaut between these two teams. I think there's gonna be both sides getting points. I think the Bengals are gonna come out clicking, and the Ravens are gonna come out clicking. It's gonna be an offensive game for both of these teams, but I have Baltimore coming through with it in the win here, in the end here on my YT1, and I have the Bengals on my pick'em. I think this game's a toss-up. It can certainly go either way, but I have the Ravens pulling through in this one, 28-27 on the road, getting to 3-2, and back to being one of the best teams in the league after that 0-2 start. They're gonna be just fine, I think, regardless what happens in this game. And then Cincinnati, if they do win their season, they're basically right back on track. But they got to stop having these slow starts to the season, or that they're just going to end their season right off the bat. But I have the Ravens winning. It's going to be a good game between these two teams, and it's going to be an offensive shootout. The next game we have is the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. We already know this is going to be a low-scoring game. If Tua was playing, the Dolphins would smoke them like 27-10 or 27-3. I don't know. But with Tua not playing, and they have not led at all during the entire season except a game-winning kick against Jacksonville. And then the other 3 games, they haven't led a single time. And they're going to lose again, I think. They're nothing without Tua right now. And we clearly see that. They can't get anything going on the offensive side. If they're going to have any offensive spark right now, they need to continue to just give the ball to A-Chain and limit the pass catchers. I don't think Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are going to get much going right now because, yeah, you don't have a backup quarterback game plan, and you're not like the Vikings, for example. Like, they had to put in Sam Darnold, or, like, for example, like, who else is back? Like, the Colts, Joe Flacco. He did outstanding right in the system. Boom. But the Dolphins didn't expect to need a backup quarterback, and now they do with Tyler Huntley and Skylar Thompson. They both suck. And the Miami doesn't have a backup quarterback, and they're gonna be like in a horrible spot in the middle of the season when Tua's coming back. They might get some wins, but it might have been too late. But the Patriots are going to win. I'm not watching this game. I don't think anyone will. It's going to be like 12-9. It's going to be one of those games. Next up, we have the Commanders and the Browns. I'm locking in Washington here to win. I think this is my lock of the week. It feels like. Yeah, we're just going to say this is my lock right here. Lock of the week. The Commanders are really hot. There's no way to lose to the Browns, right? There's absolutely no way. The Commanders' offense has been doing its job. The Browns may score some points because the Washington's defense is kind of shaky, but we're going to see. They should absolutely get to Watson, I think. But the Commanders' defense still got work to do. The offense is going to torture the Browns, it feels like, based off where we've been seeing. The Commanders should win. They're going to be 4-1, I think, to beat the Browns. I think they win 28-14. Decent game. Next up, we have is the Colts and the Jaguars. I see a lot of people picking Jacksonville here, and are favored by 3, and I would not be shocked if they win the game. But the problem is, they do not look prepared to beat the Colts right now. Jacksonville's been horrible. They can't get anything going with Doug Peterson. Now, if they don't win this game, I think Doug Peterson should get the axe. But he's not going to, because they don't have a bye at the moment until until week 12, I think. Yeah, their bye is after the Lions game, and that's week 12. So he might not be fired until then. But the Jaguars got to wake up and do something. Trevor Lawrence does not look good right now because we don't know who's the problem in Jacksonville. It's probably really Doug Peterson. But I just can't see the Jags winning. But I'm going with them on my pick'em. I don't know who's going to win this game at all. But I'm more confident in Joe Flacco. But the problem is with the Colts is they haven't won in Jacksonville since 2016, 14. When was the last time the Colts won in Jacksonville? 2014. Excuse me, I'm not feeling, my throat's groggy for a second. But I just can't see the Jags winning right now. They're not ready. It's going to be, I think the Colts are barely going to pull through. I will not be shocked if they lost. But I just can't see the Jags winning at all. I think, but if they start Anthony Richardson, it could very happen. But we don't know. Next game is the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans, and this one's going to be a shootout. This one in my pick'em, I took the Bills, but in this one, I'm going with the Texans. The Bills are favored by 1 point. This is likely a toss-up game. It can go either way, but I'm more confident in the Bills in this one because I think the Bills are hungry for a win. They got demolished by the Ravens, and and the Bills right now, they're going to beat the Texans, I think. But I'm going with the Texans on this one. It could be a toss-up. I don't know. Either team can win. I think both defenses are going to be useless in this game unless the Bills go out there and dominate. We'll wait and see and find out what happens. But this is going to be probably the game of the week, the Bills and the Texans. But we'll see what happens between these two teams. This should have been a primetime game low-key or a 125 start. I don't know, but they didn't. But 33-30 is my score. The next game we have is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Broncos. I'm not going to talk much about this game. I think the Raiders go on the road to defeat Denver, and they'll win by the final score of 20-13. Next up is the Cardinals and the 49ers, and I think this one's going to be a close game between these two teams, but I think San Fran's barely going to pull through. The Cardinals, ever since the Lions game, I thought that was close. They just fell short. They don't look ready to win now. The Cardinals have been struggling since then, after the Rams game. I mean, the Lions game they fought, but the Commanders, they got whooped. If the Cardinals are gonna continue the season, they're gonna need a win, but I don't know right now. But Cardinals lose. I don't see them winning against San Fran. They lose 28-20, close game. And next up we have Packers Rams. No Cooper Kupp and Nakua still. The Rams are gonna need a win. But I just don't see it here. I think the Packers pull again, and they will bounce back from the Vikings loss. But they'll pull through 23-20, close game. Packers win. Rams fall short. And the next game we have is the Seahawks and the Giants. I'm not really going to talk much about this one either. I really don't care. The last time, remember though, I was it's all Seahawks right there in that Monday Night Football game right there. It was, I believe, 27-3. No, 24-3. The Seahawks defense had about they had 11 sacks during that game against a terrible Giants offensive line. Yikes. They had 11 sacks. and this game was flat out boring. And I just think the Seahawks are gonna bounce back and win by the final score being that's gonna be 30-17. I really don't care. And the next game we have is the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be a good game, I think. People are taking Dallas, and I would not be shocked if they went on the road. But I don't know if they can defeat a good team right now based off what we've been seeing off the Dallas Cowboys. But if they do go into Pittsburgh and pull it away, that keeps their season up. They need a win here. Pittsburgh also would need a win. But this game's a toss-up, low-key. I will not be shocked if they win. I took the Cowboys on my pick'em, but on this one, I think it's going to be a really defensive duel, and offense makes some plays. 20-17 is like the right score, and I think this game goes into overtime, and Pittsburgh gets the game-winning field goal. It's going to be a really good game, close game. Steelers pull away, though. And the final game of the week is the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to talk about the Chiefs for a second. They do not look like a 4-0 team right now. Yeah, they might have won 4 games, but Mahomes has got a lot of work to do. He has got a lot of work to do. He's not been playing the best quarterback in the league right now. I personally think he is, but right now he is not playing like the best quarterback in the league. He has a total of 5 interceptions, and then reviewing his turnovers, if I go to his turnovers, okay, so yeah, hold on a second, let me do my math. Sorry, I'm checking the ESPN stuff. Okay, no fumbles for Mahomes here. I don't know if he fumbles as much. Does he have a fumble allowed? No fumble. Okay, so he has no fumbles, but he has 5 interceptions. But if the Chiefs are going to be 5-0, they need to limit turnovers, and he cannot throw interceptions. And I think Mahomes got to stop throwing those picks, man. He's on pace to do. Right now, I don't think he'll end up with that many picks, but he's on pace to throw 21 interceptions if he keeps that up. But I don't think he will, honestly. But low-key, I have the Saints upsetting the Chiefs. It's going to be a good game between these two teams, but I think the Saints are going to get a much-needed bounce-back win. I see the Saints upsetting the Chiefs on the road to get a big win. And if the Chiefs are going to look like a 5-0 team, they need to go out there and play like a 5-0 team or a 4-0 team. Right now, they do not look like a 4-0 team. They should have lost that game to Cincinnati or even Atlanta, but they didn't. They pulled away by the refs. They do not look like a 4-0 team right now. Absolutely not. But I see them losing their first game to the Saints right now based off how they've been playing. But knowing it in like the rest of the season for the Chiefs, they're probably gonna lose like a couple more games. They're probably gonna beat San Fran. They'll probably beat the Raiders. I could see them losing to Tampa Bay low key, or like Buffalo. I don't think they would lose to Buffalo. I don't know. We'll see. But like another one they could potentially lose to is Houston, and then Pittsburgh even maybe. If Pittsburgh knows how to play against these teams in the second half, their entire division basically, and except for the Eagles, Chiefs, and no, so they basically play their entire division except for the Eagles and Chiefs. But they need to get this to if the Steelers are gonna be a good team, they need to do all this and then that. Yeah, okay. That's it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye, y'all.